Ra, a gray elf from the underworld, is the regent of Saturn. El is an abbreviated term for the gray species, Elohim. In Babylon, they were called Ili, Ilu, or Illumi, the origin of Coven Illuminati. They were also known as Lilith's Shining Ones, because they emitted light. When they say, "You're not worthy to go to heaven," that's the El. They paused human evolution up to heaven, so they can continue to harvest us. Think of this as a real player game, where universes are owned by different races or groups, because they are in the game itself, not outside. You were pulled from the original location we call East or Heaven in the game, into here, kept prisoner, and not allowed to exit the game. Earth was pulled through an eye or gate, to an area that sits below heaven. This area is known as the Abyss, which belongs to the underworld. This is why the branches of Set make all the laws for this area of space. The El call Earth their zoo, and dropped anything they caught inside here. We humans are their primary food source. As the war continued, Anu and his cohorts continued to capture mankind by use of the Keist, and inserted them into this area. When Earth fell, God, the father of the branch of mankind, who was called Pa in Egypt, was forced through the East Gate and back into the domain of heaven. Elizabeth was then in control of the Ankh, otherwise known as the system key. Then she locked the gate, trapping the surviving mankind and God out of our realm. They mock this crime in the words they make up. There is no such word as palimpsest. It had no root word. It was originally taught as palimpsest, which is the direction of the gateway into the domain of heaven. The underworlders created covens, which they renamed churches. Free will is the law put in place only on Earth. This allowed humans the right to choose evil. Free will was the problem, not the solution, because free will does not require permissions of others. Hence, do as thou wilt is the motto on which this reality is based on. These beings have actually been declared insane by their own branches and have developed a taste for human flesh. And that is the basic reason they want to keep humans imprisoned. This system is designed to create a continuous cycle of victims in order to feed the upper echelon predators. Every single institution in this society, who are meant to protect the vulnerable, always end up failing them. This is not by accident, it is by design. Queen Elizabeth is Lilith, the regent of Venus, and queen of the Moloch. After the war, which is now being referred to as Mud Flood, the Ptolemies were locked out of the underworld Asgartha tunnel network. Alexander, who was Azazel, or Baphomet, was bound in Antarctica. Elizabeth was left in England, but forbidden to enter the tunnel network. The Hebrews had a lot of information on her. But all of this was erased. They rewrite Earth's history every 111 years. After the pogrom in Moscow, the Coven of Selene, or Lilith, who are also called the Orthodox, went underground. And all law became commercial, codified law. Removing important information from the public terms and definitions such as covet means and pharaoh, which until recently was still Elizabeth.